Peace, peace, peace. Welcome to the Scrap and Roll MMA podcast. I'm your host, Sky. We got your host, Ron, in the building, and the rest of the hosts are missing. We're not even going to shout them out just to make them angry.
They simply don't matter. But if you stumbled across this podcast on whatever platform you're on, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment. Tell your mom to tell her friends to tell her friends.
So we all can be friends.
Switch and meet friends.
uh, with that being said, this weekend was a crazy night in combat sports. We had UFC Noche, and we had Terrence Crawford defeating Canelo Alvarez.
It was
First, let me start off by saying I apologize if y'all watched the podcast last week.
I
It
feel
was a
like
hard week.
we probably need to put like a disclaimer up, like,
Yeah,
you never know what you're gonna get. Life is like a box of chocolates or whatever
facts.
Jace's intellectual counterpart would say.
Facts. Um,
Uh,
yeah, it was just a long week. It was a long emotional week, and I was exhausted. I was
Sometimes you
done.
fall asleep at the wheel.
So, hey, you
It's
know what?
okay.
That happened to me one time.
That's terrifying.
And it never happened again since then. Like literally, and I was young too when it happened. I was like rushing to work. I had to be to work at 5:30, and I'm like falling asleep, like halfway up. And I promise you, I'm in the fast lane, and I'm going fast lane limits allegedly. Okay,
Allegedly.
all I know is I nod like this, and when I open my eyes again, literally, I was starting to head towards the car that was to the right of me. And if there was a passenger in my car, they could have reached over and touched the other car. That's how close I was getting because I was asleep and just
Damn.
going in that direction. Thank God I woke up in time. And after that, the adrenaline was so bad because like you're like like I was up for hours. I was at work, like it was awful. But yeah, do not sleep and drive. Don't drink and drive. Don't none of that.
Well, I guess you played John Jones Simulator, so. But yeah, how
Oh,
did you feel about this weekend? Like, what do you want to get into first? I mean, the Bud Canelo fight, there's a lot to be said about that, but there's also a lot to be said about the main event of UFC Noche.
let's start with Noche. We are MMA podcast. Um,
Absolutely.
Overall, I felt like this was probably the most boring UFC Noche that we've had.
Which is saying something.
It is.
It really
Um,
is.
it ended on a high note. You know, Diego Lopez went and did what Diego Lopez does. I think last week I told y'all that Diego, in between me falling asleep, I said Diego Lopez is good. I said Diego Lopez is gonna beat Gene Silva, and it was a good fight until it wasn't.
Well, that's kind of like honestly, that was some Nostradamus shit. Is you fell asleep while talking about it, and honestly, came back strong at the end. Pause.
I
So
predict these things.
you sleep through the first 11 fights, and that 12th one, like it's gonna get you up there.
It gotta be.
It's got to be.
What do you think about it being fight of the year?
I have a really rough time with calling something the fight of the year, especially because it's a 5 round fight. If it ends in the second round.
100%.
Like I understand the recency bias aspect, and yeah, that second round in itself was unbelievable. Especially the way that it ended. People are gonna call it early stoppage, whatever people want to say, but fight of the year, I feel like that's a little bit sensationalist.
I'm like, are we gonna put that over Josh Van versus Brandon Royval? Like, what are we talking about?
It's
Are we
crazy
going
how quickly people forget. People
super
forget,
quick?
man.
Don't you remember the whole internet was talking about, like, the new kids on the block was talking about that Diego, I mean, not Diego, but Royval
Josh,
versus Joshua Van was like the best fight in the last 10 years. Like, they were saying outrageous things.
they were talking. Josh Van was gonna just take off and get up out of there.
Yeah,
He could. He probably. He was God for at least that Sunday.
at least.
So I don't know. Like I guess in this sport, fans are gonna, like I said, be sensationalists, be very reactionary. But at the end of the day, like we're in September, we got 3 months left. Like let's save the award show shenanigans for January 1st.
And we will get those 100%. Come back for the scrap
Always
awards. What's
the
next for
scrappies.
what's next for Gene Silva?
Oh man, that's a great question because 145 is so saturated with almost there guys, and so there's a lot of different fights when you look at. Can you pull up the rankings?
Yeah.
Because obviously, my first instinct is always go whoever's a good fighter that loses, you should fight Aljo. It's
I think Diego versus Aljo should be next, but Mozart is number one, Diego's number two, Yair's number three. Can't get this motherfucker out of there.
who the
Number four.
fuck, bro? Yair, either do shit or get off the pot.
Oh my god.
He's waiting. He's waiting for that sugar show stimulus. Sugar show stimulus. Say that 5 times fast.
He
He
thinks that
wants.
he's getting a title shot. In what
He can.
world?
He's always had a couple fucking screws loose, bro.
I'm like, you beat
Oh,
Patricio Pitbull. What do you see?
Larone.
Nah, Laron's got to get the title shot.
Larone does not need no goddamn title shot.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't. He's got to fight Yair and earn it. You got to make that play, baby
Hey.
boy.
Nah, and we got to have Battle of the Spinning Back Fist, Diego versus Laron. If
Diego Larone
anything.
would be hilarious. That would be cinema. Like, after this past weekend to see like Diego Lopez is a tough motherfucker. There is no way you could take that away from him. The way he battled back, he was getting touched,
Pause.
big style, a long way. And for him to come back and uh just throw up, I wouldn't call it a hail mary, but it was 3rd and 10 with the game on the line, man. He threw that bitch up and he had him gushing like a fruit snack.
Pause.
That shit was crazy work. So I don't know, like 145 is so fun, but nobody's moving that needle right now. And
Mm-mm.
one thing I'm excited about is people talking about how good is Volk. I feel like Volk needs his flowers a little bit after that one. Now, any given Saturday or whatever, but who you asked who's next for Gene
Gene.
Silver, but who's next for Volk?
Lerone Murphy. I just really feel like Volkanovski lost his luster. Those two back to back knockouts, but particularly even though he's the champion again, the fact that he lost it to Taporia via knockout, and although Taporia was no longer there for him to have a rematch, I just really don't give a fuck. Like
I mean, that's the thing about 145 is like I'm so much more interested with what happens between 15 and 1 that Volk can probably take a seat.
yeah.
Like I wholeheartedly agree with you on that one.
Like, and also like watching the Volkanovski fight, like I don't necessarily feel like I'm about to get like a blockbuster. You know what I mean? I think I'm about to get something very tactical, very high IQ, a lot of, feints, a lot of technique, a decision. I'm not about to get something that I'm about to be like, oh my God, I got to watch this fight 20 times. Um, and so I'm not necessarily excited for a Volk fight. Like, I still think that he beats Lerone Murphy. I think he beats everybody in the division
That's my problem is I'm
until he
looking at
doesn't.
this and I'm like, you're probably not going to beat Volk because you're either autistic or out of your mind.
Yeah.
But man, like 145 is fun, but not for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Just let Aljo fight Volk.
Yeah, just fuck it.
Just
Let him run
fucking
it.
do it.
Might as well, former champion.
Nothing better to do.
Ah,
Like, cause who? Like, you're gonna let him fight Larone? How are you gonna do it? How are you gonna sell that pay per view?
under somebody bigger, pause.
I mean, under somebody bigger, there's a pause there, and then there's just so much truth. There's somebody with a bigger name and somebody with a bigger body,
Yeah.
and also somebody. Never mind.
um. Yeah. I mean, the featherweights. It is what it is. But overall, I just felt like UFC Noche kind of just like the very first year they had it. I was there. That was the first Valentina versus Alexa Grasso card. And that was a banger of a card. Like that was a great card. And then, of course, we had the following year after that, which I was there for that one as well, where
Yeah, I'm sure that was really
Valentina got
cool.
robbed, low key.
Yeah,
Even
that was a great main event. Like, honestly, I'm just so happy that nothing happened after that fight. Like, I know that it ended on a very sour note with the Valentina robbery, but man, honestly, great card. I'm glad that it ended with Valentina. Like, they were mentally exhausted anyway. It was overstimulating.
for sure. And then we had UFC Noche at the Sphere last year, and that was, it was a great card until the main event.
No,
Uh,
that was there was no main event, unfortunately. They actually canceled the whole UFC Noche after the Valentina robbery. It was so just it's fucked up, and I agree with them. I no more UFC Noche. Like fuck them.
Fuck 'em. And then this one was just like lackluster, and I think a lot of that could also be. I'm just now realizing that I'm not showing the screen. Like I'm looking at the screen, but I hadn't been showing it this whole time. That's crazy. Um, I I'm looking at it and it just really didn't have anybody that made you want to see it. First of all, please cut Claudio Puelles or however the hell you say his name. He must be cut. I don't even know the last time he won a fight, and only thing I remember him for is butt scooting at MSG. And
That's a hell
so
of a place to butt
he's on a
scoot
three
too.
fight losing streak. Nobody cares about him. Cut him. Thank you.
Damn.
Uh, aside from that, I mean, the fight card really just was what it was. Tatiana Suarez was incredibly underwhelming for somebody who had such a bright future. It's dimming quickly.
And I mean, people don't understand because it happened to Casey O'Neill. It's like you have to make those plays when those plays are available.
Yeah.
And for Tatiana, unfortunately, that's not what she's doing.
I 100% thought that this was Alex Pereira's, what's it called? Sister.
Sisters,
It's not. And I can't remember who said it. I want to say that it was Dominic Cruz that was like, her brother. And then somebody was like, no, that's not her brother. They train together, but that's not her brother. She got picked apart.
they just hit him with the fucking all Brazilians look the same, which is crazy.
Hella. Got the same last name, call it. 21 Savage got kicked in the nuts, could not continue. Last I read on his Instagram, he still had not peed. It had been like 2 days.
That shit's so funny. I'm
Something really
sorry. Like
happened to his
I
nuts.
know the pain involved, and all I can think about is the pee is stored in the balls thing. And it's like, oh, you got kicked in the nuts, you can't pee.
That's crazy.
You know these just bleed motherfuckers are like, I told you.
And then you got DC on the mic. DC's like, if he walks out of here, that's BS. He cannot walk out. And he didn't. And your boy's messed up. So,
They should have butt scooted out. That shit would have been hard.
that'd have been hilarious. Put him on a gurney at that. But overall, it was what it was. Um,
It was a card and it was something to do.
It was card and was something to do. There isn't a card this weekend, so there's nothing to fucking do. Now, what there was Terrence Crawford putting belt to ass on Canelo Alvarez.
Oh, I don't know
Um,
if it's coming through on the podcast audio, but you just hit the craziest dub sound. Like you sounded like you were trying to lay some vocals down. It just echoed so hard.
oh, that's crazy. No,
You had the
I didn't
Catholic
hear
Church reverb.
it.
What'd you say? I'm sorry, I was distracted.
No, I said what did happen was Terrence Crawford laying belt to ass on Canelo Alvarez.
Man, Bud went absolutely fucking crazy, and I hate boxing. I will say one thing I'm excited about that happened this weekend is people looking at that Diego versus Silva fight, and then looking at that Canelo Crawford fight, and being
Hmm.
like, "Man, UFC is super fucking entertaining."
Yeah.
But to stray away from that discourse, I thoroughly enjoy watching Bud beat the shit out of Canelo.
And the boxing scorecards are trash once again. Like, I think I was texting you right afterwards. I was like, we got to see if
We
they're going
gotta
to pull the
fucking see.
robbery. You never know if they're going to pull the draw or the robbery because that's what boxing does. Like, even to have it 15-13 was crazy. But
That was not a
Canelo
15
did not win
13.
that many. I give Canelo 3 rounds, if that. I'll give him 3, maybe 4. Like, that's it. Like, it was what it was. Bud went inside there and showed him size doesn't matter. There you
It
go,
truly
guys.
doesn't. What all football coaches say: if you too small to go up the middle, beat the shit out of the sides.
Hey.
That's just a
Dun,
way
dun.
of life.
It's a double entendre.
Exactly. I don't know.
Uh,
Like I feel like this weekend was actually great for combat sports, at least for the highlight fans. Like
Yeah.
when you really take a look at UFC NOCHE, despite it being pretty lackluster in terms of name value and actual skill, to be honest, like a lot of the people on that card probably got the most publicity they'll ever get. There were some good finishes. There were some exciting finishes. There were some highlight finishes. There were some great 15-second YouTube videos that you look at and are like, oh shit, maybe I missed out. And then to have the proverbial cherry on top be Canelo Crawford, like this is a good weekend for combat sports, and hopefully that keeps pushing in the right direction.
What do you think about Ilya Taporia and Terrence Crawford? Because that's the latest buzz, the latest news. Do you think that Ilya could be competitive?
So I really wish Jace was here right now, and I'm gonna tell you why. What did Terrence Crawford say about Ilya this afternoon?
He said, "I don't know that man. That
I
man
know
ain't
who the
Connor."
fuck he is. I never seen him fight. Bitch, you not Connor.
Right. He said, "Connor's here." He's like here. He's like, "I
He said,
never
what
seen
kind of
him."
money I'm gonna make off this motherfucker? None. Bye.
He said, "Bro, I can't even pay my lunch money with a fight against
He
him."
said, bro, like I might get an Arizona and a goddamn beef stick.
If that.
Maybe. Hot dog and a
Stretching
handshake.
it.
It's fucked up, bro. But it's the truth. Ilya
But
Taporia not a goddamn needle mover.
according to Jace, he's the biggest. Pause.
Yeah, he's the fucking it's a joke, man. Like, and I'm glad that Bud went out there and was like, hey man, like I'm not scared of him. I'm not going through camp for this motherfucker.
Yeah. Who is this guy?
You give black belt, who is this guy?
Who is this guy? uh, I yeah, I don't know. After seeing that Bud Crawford, it's not gonna be competitive at all, brother.
You want to be competitive in any way, shape, or form, bro.
Yeah.
Like, especially like I feel like people when you look at how Bud fights, where there's a lot of lateral movement, there's a lot of like deception. I'm not saying Ilya is not a talented boxer for MMA standards.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different sport. It's like, yeah, LeBron is a freak athlete, but he could play football all he wants. I don't think he's gonna be one of the best players in the world.
Right.
Terrence Crawford is one of the best players in the world. Ilya Taporia is one of the best players in the world. Like, I'm not gonna ask fucking Patrick Mahomes to kick a fucking soccer ball.
Nope.
It's not the way the world turns.
Yeah.
So I'm in full agreement with you. But if that fight were to happen, if it were to happen, how do you think that shakes out just in terms of build up? When do you think that could happen? Um, like,
It
what do
would.
you think that would look like? Do you think that would be in any way, shape, or form groundbreaking? Obviously, it'll never be Connor Floyd. Like, that's a whole different
Right.
stratosphere. But do you even think it's worth it?
Not at this point in time. But if Ilya were to move up and beat uh Islam for the belt. So now he's a 3 title belt, first in the UFC, not in MMA, but the first in UFC. Um, I think then he would have enough buzz. It would be enough of a story to be like, hey, same way that Crawford started off at 135 and just fought at 168, which we can just say that it's welterweight, would be. I mean, I know that Ilya didn't fight at 135, but he could have made 135, right? He's a little guy. It would have had that same kind of trajectory. Like here you have two guys who have moved up. And I think you could sell that then because we have like this massive, massive champion. As Jace and a couple other people said, if he were to move up, beat Islam, and get the third belt, he would be considered the GOAT to everyone except for me. And I think then you can sell that fight. Then it's not nowhere near as big as Conor and them, but it is big. It's big to the casuals.
I agree in that hypothetical. The problem I have with this hypothetical is That is the equivalent of me saying, if I could fly off of this roof, I could safely land in Istanbul, Turkey. It's not gonna fucking happen.
It's not.
I don't understand the Islam disrespect. It's like America during the goddamn mid 2000s. Stop disrespecting Islam.
100%.
It does not make sense. What has he shown you? And I'm not talking about Ilya. I'm This is completely beside the point. Besides Adriano Alexandre Pantoja Martins
Hmm.
20 fucking years ago, what has led anybody to believe that Islam is beatable? I don't
Jace
care if
would
it's at 170. I don't care if it's 155. I don't care if it's at fucking super heavyweight 335 pride. He's fighting goddamn Bigfoot Silva. It
Jace
doesn't
would
fucking
say
matter, bro. Islam is not going to lose until he's ready to lose. And guess what?
it ain't today, brother.
Damn sure ain't today, brother. Like, stop
um,
fucking disrespecting Islam. It's out of
Jace would
control.
say that he lost to Volkanovski in the first fight. I think that it was very clear 1, 2, and 4 to Islam, but you know,
Watch that fight on mute. Watch it on mute
yeah,
and tell me who won that fight.
yeah.
Watch that bitch on mute.
I think people just got hyped about that fight because it was in Australia and Volk won the fifth round. Whenever you win the fifth round, like people tend to think that it's pride rules and want to just be like, give the fight to him. And then they forget, Volk getting dropped twice. Like they start to forget all this stuff that happened in the rest of the round, him getting held down. And they're just like, no, he won the fight. And I'm just like, no, he didn't.
And they damn sure forget what happened the next time.
100%.
So, like, it's really frustrating that Islam gets so disrespected because people are not appreciating him for who he is and what he's doing. The problem is, obviously, he's not doing it enough, but we'll see what happens when that fight officially gets booked because I said it last week, bro. These dilapidated, fucking weird white dudes with three-letter names, like, we got to get them the fuck up out of there.
We'll see. I think that Islam beats JDM. Um, and I'm looking forward to that fight. Um, but overall, like there's no MMA fight this weekend, so
Nothing.
we get a nice little break to just prepare ourselves for Ozzy Ozzy Ozzy, oi
Oi,
oi
oi,
oi.
oi.
Um, my baby daddy is fighting Carlos Oberg.
Let's go.
Shout out to me.
Is he gonna make a play? You think so?
Yeah, he's gonna win. He's gonna be next up to get knocked out by Pereira.
Is it gonna be in Perth?
Yeah, this is in Perth. This is in Perth, and it's against your boy Dominic Reyes, who's making his comeback after being knocked out 4 times in a row. He's been on a good road. This Jack Jenkins and Ramon Tavares fight is gonna be amazing.
Hold
Uh,
on 1 second before we get into something that's positive. Why the fuck is Junior Taffa co-main?
Man, I'm telling you, why did they add him?
What
Like
the fuck are we doing, bro?
they just put him anywhere. Pause.
No, bro, he's just out and about. But no, I'm excited
They
for that
got
Jack
Justin
Jenkins
on here
fight.
too. They got both the brothers on here.
It's fucking Jimmy Crute getting the fight. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
You know they're gonna lose. Look,
Ramon
Boomy.
Tavares looked like Davison Figueredo if there were more problems in the family tree.
Which one? Who?
Ramon Tavares, he looked crazy.
Oh,
Oh,
that
my boy, Real Deal Neil Magny, Jake Matthews. That should be a fun fight. That doesn't mean
yeah,
shit.
100% doesn't mean shit. Andre Petrosky is fighting again. Damn, they
This
got him
might be the
buried.
worst fucking
Jamie
thing.
Malarkey is like so unattractive. Holy
Who's Jamie Malarkey fighting? Hold on, let me find out. Oh my
Rolando.
god.
They both are very unattractive humans.
No, both of them. Like, yeesh. I mean, I'm not one to talk, but my god.
But that's next week's card, and we will be back next week to go over that. Like, not crazy excited, but one thing to keep in mind: That means, family and friends, that we are just 2 weeks away from UFC 320, the return of Poetan against Big Ink and your boy Marab in Sandhagen. Aaron hates Sandhagen.
Christian Hagen fucking sucks. Like,
Oh my
why do we keep trying to make this a thing? Like, he's not funny. He's ugly as all get out, and he's just fucking like. I always make this point because it's very, very, very fucking crucial to make this point. When you were a kid, right,
God. Mm-hmm.
and your parents got cereal. Now, how disappointed were you when it was in a bag and not a fucking box?
Well, we grew up poor, so it was in a
That's
bag.
what I'm saying. You grew up poor. That's the poor man's fucking.
Yeah,
That's
you had to
fucked
go to
up.
like your grandparents' house or somebody else's house that had it in a box, and then all of a sudden you was like, "Oh, it does
Like,
taste different. Like this is some bullshit."
that's the big thing. Is like, fuck, man. You try Dr Pepper, you never want to have that fucking Dr.
Whatever it's
Lightning or
called,
Dr. K
Thunder,
bullshit ever again, bro.
Doctor Thunder.
I'm just saying that's fucked up, man. Like,
Facts,
stop. There's other guys at 135 that deserve a shot. 100%.
facts, facts.
So
Um,
I just want to apologize for the shorter episode. Like, we just don't have anything going on next weekend. Last weekend was a lot going on the top end, and it's one of those
And on
weeks.
top of that, we don't have Jace the dog pile on or him to come and pause for real. Or him to be on here and say something just wild and ridiculous that he either believes or doesn't believe. Like, I don't know at this point, you guys. I want you guys to know. When I talk to Jace outside of the pod, I ask him point blank, "Are you really being serious?" And I don't know if he's just like saving face and like just sticking to the script. Like, but a lot of these things he is now claiming that he actually believes.
He's playing a character, and with that being said, I know Jace will probably watch this episode at some point. But Strat family, I need you guys to do me the biggest favor. The biggest fucking favor. I need you to go into the comment section, and all you need to do is comment, man, I kind of agree with you guys. Jace was wrong. Or just any sort of that.
Jace
Just
was wrong. Just
Jace
that.
was wrong. Like, God damn, I can't believe Jace was that wrong.
Yeah.
So so do me that favor because we all know the mental breakdown he would have. And
Yes.
I just
And he was in fact wrong because he picked Gene Silva.
well,
So
he's
we gotta rub that in.
wrong quite a bit. Um,
Yeah.
it's just it's the way of the warrior. Some people are wrong, some people are right. And
It is what it is. One thing
it's
for
what it
sure,
is.
we will be back next week with a guest, hopefully, for real this time. I know we said it last week, but hey, it is what it is. We want to bring the guest on when there's a full cast and we can all just like laugh and talk shit and welcome them, and give them a hard time like we've given every other guest the first time. With that being said, you guys, we are out. Until next week. Peace.